Happy Christmas to you!
Happy Christmas!
I'm Nigel Fesbury, and here is the company that I mentioned. My dear wife Flora, my eldest daughter Rose, my middle daughter Daisy, and of course, Chrysanthemum, our dear young one. We have a little bit of a flower thing going in this family. How are you all today? Are you excited for the day? To celebrate Christmas Eve in the most jolly way possible? Yes, indeed. Here we will be hosting our annual Christmas Eve party. There will be dancing, parlor games, music and entertainment of all sorts, indeed. And of course, we welcome friends, old and new, and the founder of the feast, indeed, the very father of us all, four-time knitting champion of Whitechapel, once quoted as saying, Oscar Wilde, who? Our dear friend, Mr. Charles Dickens.
Greetings, honored guests, gentle friends. Welcome to London, that great mercantile metropolis of the modern world, the very beating heart of fair Albion, and the inspiration and beloved setting of so many of my own stories. And what better time to be in London than Christmas time, when the grand old city is bedecked in all its holiday finery, and each good soul goes forth in the spirit of brotherhood, good cheer, and let us not forget, conviviality. Now, as you wander the streets of London, you may encounter characters of many sorts, flamboyant theatricals, musicians and mummers, authors and philanthropists of note, figures of myth and magic, as well as some familiar names from some of my own novels. Let us meet some of these characters. From Oliver Twist, that wicked old fence, Fagin, and his apprentice pickpocket, Mr. Jack Dawkins, also known as the Artful Dodger. Here we are, Dodger. Wonderful sight, ain't it?
Oh, it's lovely, Fagin, just lovely.
Ah, London.
It's at the crossroads of the world. It's a place where a lady or a bloke can find anything.
Anything?
Anything.
London is a magical land, where a pauper can live like a king. If only you know how to play the game.
Oh, I love games.
Of course you do, clever lad, clever lad. Have you ever seen such marvels? Such a lucrative, I mean generous time of year. Shops full of merchandise.
The sights.
The sounds.
The smells.
Something for every taste and appetite.
And for every pocket.
Ah, these streets. East meets west.
And worst meets the best.
Ah, yes. And such comings.
And goings.
And doings.
And throwings.
And who's to bother about a missing bobble or two? Ready?
Ready.
Splendid. To work. I highly recommend that you secure your valuables. And now, newly returned from a triumphant national tour, that sensation of the stage, the Crummels Family Theatricals.
I am in the theatrical profession. My wife is in the theatrical profession.
Our children are in the theatrical profession. We had a dog that lived and died in it from a puppy.
And our pony goes on from time to time in Timur the Tartar.
Mr. Crummels, he likes a novelty.
Indeed I do, Mrs. Crummels. And if you would enjoy a novelty, come to the Chancery Lane stage to behold our novel rendering of Romeo and Juliet. Tickets available at greatly reduced rates.
And now, my favorite child, the hero of my novel, David Copperfield.
Whether I shall be the hero of my own life, or whether that stage may be held for anybody else, an evaluation of my work must show. I was born at Blunderstone in Suffolk, and a lot of my earliest work was inspired by its simple but bucolic beauties. I've had many adventures. I have loved, and I have lost, I have loved again. I have met many fascinating characters, and have drunk deep from the cup of experience. However, to learn all of that, you're going to have to read one of my books.
From the life and adventures of Nicholas Nickleby, Nicholas's sister, Kate, and her good friend, the miniature portrait artist, Miss LaCreevy.
I think I have caught it now. The very shade for your complexion. It shall be the sweetest portrait I have painted, certainly.
It shall be a genius that makes it so, then I am sure.
Oh, no, I won't allow that. It is a very nice subject. A very nice subject indeed. But something does depend upon the manner of treatment.
And not a little.
Why, there you are right, my dear. People can be so demanding and unreasonable. Sometimes they say, "Oh, Miss LaCreevy, how very serious you have made me look." And in others, "La, Miss LaCreevy, how very smirking." When the very essence of a good portrait is that it must be either serious or smirking, or it's no portrait at all.
The remuneration can scarcely repay you.
Oh, you have that right, my dear. The difficulties of art are very great.
And great expectations. A girl raised for revenge against all men, Miss Estella.
It is Christmas time, which means new hearts to break. I must make my mother proud. I believe if I start now, I can achieve 2 broken hearts, 2 bouts of tears by lunchtime. So if any of you know any stupid young men who look like they could use their hearts broken, tell them that Mrs. Stella Havisham is looking for a new victim. Friend. For after all, Christmas is the season of giving and taking.
From Bleak House, the narratrix, Miss Esther Summerson, and Inspector Bucket of the Detective.
Inspector Bucket.
We need your assistance. Lady Deadlock is missing. You are aware of Lady Deadlock?
Yes, sir. I must confess that I've recently learned that Lady Deadlock is my mother.
Yes, I know, but we need your assistance. Lady Deadlock has been accused of the murder of Mr. Talkinghorn.
Murder?
She did not do it, madam. She did not do it, but we fear she might do something desperate. Will you accompany us to find her?
Yes, sir. We simply must find her at once and clear her good name.
Please wait up. I will retrieve the carriage.
Naturally, a fair young girl requires an ardent lover. The aspiring lawyer, Mr. Guppy.
Miss Summerson, may I speak to you, please, without prejudice, in confidence, ma'am?
Yes, sir, but I simply cannot imagine what you have to express in total confidence to me.
Well, as you see, ma'am, my salary at Kensington Cowboys is £100 a year. And around this time of the holidays, my salary will increase about £5 after this year.
How wonderful.
I live at Pelham Place with my mother. I love my mother. And I wish to tell you, ma'am, that you are the apple of my eye. You are my angel. I absolutely adore you. And I wish to make a declaration to you, ma'am. Please make me the happiest man. Well, no, please hear me out.
I cannot consent to another word, Mr. Guppy, unless you stand up from the carpet directly and go stand over there as you should have done before if you had any sense at all.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hope springs eternal. And preparing for their annual holiday party, to which all are invited. Mr. Fezziwig, Mrs. Fezziwig, and their dance master, Mr. Wilson.
What do you have in store for us this evening?
I thought we might start the dancing hall with something traditional, yet elegant.
Yes.
Mrs. Fezziwig, no one can match you in presentation of a minuet.
Perhaps instead we have something more festive.
Ah, of course, it is Christmas. Mr. Fezziwig, you, sir, are the absolute master of Sir Roger de Coverley. Modest. Oh. Mrs. Fezziwig, I believe I apprehend your daughter's meaning. They wish to dance a waltz.
The waltz is very close.
Despite what you might have heard, the waltz, when danced properly, with grace and decorum, is the most proper dance.
Very well.
It is Christmas Eve after all.
We shall dance the waltz.
1, 2, 3, Charles.
Of course, no trip to London is complete without encountering a chimney sweep or two.
Oi, Jim!
Yeah.
We need a new climbing boy. Climb up them narrow chimney flues.
Oh yeah, they grows up so fast. I hears that Mr. Bumble has a boy named Oliver. About this tall, kind of skinny. You knows how he feeds them.
How much for this Oliver?
Well, I hears it's £4.
£5? He wants us to pay him £5?
Oh, no, hold up, Tupper, hold up. He doesn't want us to pay him £5. He'll pay us £5 to take this Oliver off his hands.
£5 he wants to pay us for Oliver?
Yeah.
Now there's a twist.
Everyone knows that it's good luck to kiss a chimney sweep. From the ever-popular Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge's long-suffering clerk and his charming family, Bob Cratchit.
Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us. God bless us, everyone.
You want all day tomorrow,
It's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. And it's not fair. If I were to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, Tommy Brown. And yet you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only one day a year, sir.
A fine excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes around with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier next morning.
I will, Mr. Scrooge. And thank you, Mr. Scrooge. And Merry Christmas.
Did it just grow chillier in here? What do you say we warm it up a bit? Let's wish Mr. Scrooge a Merry Christmas. Unrepentant to the last. Or is he? Well, gentle friends, honored guests, it is my privilege, my pleasure, to once again welcome you to Christmas Eve in London.